Hello Adira family, and if you're planning to fly soon, we hope that you are excited because flying is fun. Now whether this is your first time flying or maybe you have flown like maybe a million times, flying is always exciting. But anyways, today's topic is regarding power banks. Are you allowed to bring power banks in the flight, and what are the rules in bringing power banks in flight? You see, power banks are really important, especially now in the digital age where all of us are really connected online. We have a variety of gadgets. We have our laptops, we have our phones, we have our iPads, we have our MP3 players. There is a lot of things that needs charging, and power bank is really important. A power bank is an essential item that you need to carry whenever or wherever you're traveling. Power banks are allowed in flights, but there are two main rules which you need to follow, and if you do not follow them, you might risk not being able to fly or losing your power bank altogether. One of our passengers actually did not follow these instructions, and we almost missed our flight from Beijing due to this one small mistake. So the first rule is the capacity rule. Domestic as well as international flights follow the same rule, in which you are allowed to bring a power bank in air in your flight, but it needs to come under a specific category. If your power bank is below 100 watts or 27,000 milliamp hours. Now milliamp hours is normally kept written in your power bank as mAh. Now the way you read it is milliamp hours. Okay, so if your power bank is below 27,000 milliamp hours or mAh, you are allowed to bring the power bank in your flight. The second category is that if your power bank is in between 100 watts and 160 watts, or between 27,000 milliamp hours and 43,000 milliamp hours, you can still bring the power bank, but you need a special permission from the crew beforehand. You need to inform them that you are bringing extra batteries, extra power bank, and you need approval from them. Then only you can bring it in your flight. The third category is that if your power bank is above 160 watts or 43,000 milliamp hours, you are not allowed to bring that power bank in your flight. So our advice is actually pretty simple. You want to avoid all unnecessary headache, especially in the airport. You don't want to fight with them, you don't want to argue with any of the airline staff, you don't want to argue with anybody in the airport, because doing so, you might not be able to catch your flight in the process. So just stick with the most simple thing, is that stick to bringing power banks below 27,000 milliamp hours or below 100 watts. How do you know what is the capacity of your power bank? The method is actually pretty simple. All sorts of power bank have the inscription writings below it, on top of it, on the side of it, somewhere or the other, it is always written. Now you can check, like for example, this is an power bank with the Oki brand. It is of 10,000 milliamp hour. It is clearly written right here. Okay, this is another brand of a different size, and also right here behind it is clearly written that it is of a 10,000 milliamp hour or 37 watt hours. Okay, then this one right here, this one is a small power bank. It's pretty thin, but it does says that it is of 12,000 milliamp hour. Like it says that according to what is written here, this is having a larger capacity compared to this, which from our experience is not true. This might be a fake power bank. So you need to be careful regarding what is written. Now once you pass the security in the airport, they are going to be checking on what is actually written or what is actually printed on the power bank. So now, like for example, this power bank, this specific power bank, it does not have any inscription on it. Nothing is written on the side, nothing is written below. So most likely you will not be allowed to bring this specific power bank in the flight with you. So whenever you're flying, just make sure that whatever power bank that you're bringing, it has to have the inscription or the capacity clearly written on the power bank. The other rule in which you need to know in bringing the power bank in your next flight is that you need to pack the power banks, all these power banks, in your hand carry. Do not bring them in your checked-in luggage. This is because power banks are batteries. They are made of lithium ions and they contain like very dense packed energy. Now if anything goes wrong with the power bank, supposing it's broken, there is a leakage between the batteries and it starts to catch fire, if it is put it in the checked-in luggage, it can cause a very big fire, and by the time that anybody can do anything about it, it would already be too late. But if it is in your hand carry or carry-on luggage, if anything goes wrong with any of these power banks, which from time to time they do, if anything goes wrong with this power bank, if it falls down or if there is a leakage and the power bank, this high-packed energy source, catches fire, if it is in the hand carry compartment, there are people who can take care of it as soon as possible. So that's why they do not allow bringing power banks in your checked-in luggage. If you're planning to buy a power bank for your next trip, we suggest getting a 10,000 milliamp hour with fast charging capabilities. We normally recommend getting two separate 10,000 milliamp hour power banks instead of one single 20,000 milliamp hours. Check out our affiliate links in the description to get the cheapest and the best selling power banks with the highest value for money available in the market today. If you have difficulty sleeping, then we recommend watching this video right here with 20 tips on how to sleep in your next flight. And if you haven't bought your flight tickets, check this video right here to get the cheapest flight ticket. We have plenty of more exciting things coming up, so we do hope to see you in our next videos. Till then, stay safe, keep smiling, and see you next time. Bye bye.